Hi guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is a reading of Love Secrets Revealed, or the Love Truth Bomb, or the Love Tea Spill. So we're just going to take a look a little deeper into what's going on in your love life. This is a piece of Palo Santo I received from my friend in France. She received it from a shaman in Peru. So I live in Vancouver, so this is literally gone to Europe from South America and then back over to North America. So it's been all over the place. And so hopefully it's going to help us unveil these love secrets to find out exactly what's going on. If you guys are interested in more love pick-a-cards, I have a new pick-a-card channel. It's not new, it's been around for years, but it's in the description down below. There's a channel where I dedicate all my readings to pick a card, simply because they get lost on the big channel with the monthly and with the weekly. This is a timeless reading, so I'm excited to be here with you. Okay, so let's take a look at our piles. We have 4 piles. Hopefully it will help you unveil some love secrets. There is no karmic path part to this reading, but there's another love secrets video that does have a karmic component, so go check that out if you're into that. I hear you guys, I know you love the karmic stuff, so we'll do a lot more of that soon. I think there's a correlation with me getting tired and doing those karmic readings, so we do have to do them in moderation. Okay, so let's take a look at our cards. I have a bunch of tarot cards and I have oracle cards. You can choose 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is number 1. Okay, so hi number ones, thank you for joining me. Welcome to my channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more pick a card and monthly videos. Your first card is the beginning. Okay, so something has begun in a situation. I believe that's the core part of the secret. Something has happened for one person in this situation. Something has begun and you or one other person doesn't know about it. Okay, then we have the 5 of trees. So this is limitation. This new beginning requires a lot of financial a lot of financial input in the first stage. So you may not know, one person doesn't know that there's a beginning, and this new path requires a lot of financial investment. So the financial investment in some way is going to be taxing on the relationship, if there is one. If you're hoping for a relationship, then that's going to be a factor that influences this situation. Okay, so let's take a look at your next card. We have Patience, which is the Temperance card, and so what we're looking at is the sign of Sagittarius. This is Uranus. I don't remember what the 5 of trees is. I think it's maybe like Moon in Taurus or something like that. But yeah, so we have the 5 of trees, and then we have the Sagittarian card, Patience. I think that this person's whoever's keeping the secret is trying to in some way hide or trying to hold on or keep it secret or private until they know what to do about it, until they know how to address it, and maybe they're hoping that in some way some of the financial or physical limitations that this new beginning is bringing into their life, that they will reconcile, that they will find a solution. So this is like going to school, deciding to go to school and knowing that you will not have as much money to be able to date or in order to see each other as much as you had before, and so this person is hoping that they'll find a solution. That was just an example. It may be different for you. The next message is harmony. So this is the Lover's card, and this is the card of a connection or a Gemini family connection. I feel like the person who's keeping the secret is really hoping that the situation will rise above, that this is not something that's going to be affected by their personal choice making or the direction that they are taking, that it's not going to be something that's hampered by or held back by situations, or held back by it's not going to be held back by this new beginning, because the new beginning is very important for them. Okay, let's see what else is going on. We have the accelerated motion, the Eight of Wands. So I feel like they have to say something to some people. They have to either say acceptance letter, some kind of message is being put out towards others to confirm their participation in this group or in this new direction. They have to say something to someone to confirm. You have 3 trumps, wow, and the Empress, fertility. This could actually be, in some cases, that's especially if you're dating a woman, the woman could be secretly pregnant. This looks like, to me, like there could be a potential of pregnancy that they don't really know how to share that information, and yet that is coming through very strongly. I feel like this person is making plans outside of your relationship. One person is making plans outside of the relationship. It's not against the relationship, it's just a priority. So I'm sorry if that's like a harsh way to say it or a harsh way to explain it, but this person for some reason is really motivated towards something new, not necessarily to break up, just like school or in addition to their life in some way that will be something that they prioritize, at least for now. The next message is legacy of light. I think they do have very good feelings towards you in the relationship, or if you are the person with the secret, you're the person who is also feeling very good about the past. And it's not about the past being bad or the relationship being bad, it's just the opportunity or the direction they're taking is so much in line with what they want that in some way there's no negotiating it. They're going to do it. They're going to move forward in this direction. The next message is the burning hero. Okay, so this is going into their deep psychology, this card. I feel like what's actually happening here, so you know, like how the hero, or like how the prodigal son leaves the home to embark on some kind of faraway journey to set off in a new direction. This is psychologically stimulating them or triggering them to look forward in a new direction, to really be in some way, like that idea of being a hero, the idea of being a hero of their story is so triggered within this situation. The idea of being kind of the leader or going in some wonderful path that will lead them in new directions is so much triggered by this scenario, by this story, that they are responding to this situation in almost like a pre-scripted sort of way. So they have a natural response, and their response is, I'm going to move forward with this. I'm so excited. And it kind of supersedes rational thought. It's sort of, they're not thinking specifically about their environment because they are stepping into the mask of the hero, into the identity of the hero. And so it's almost like a pre-scripted narrative that they're stepping into and aligning with. The next message is Tantric Union. So I think that they do feel very connected with you, and I think that it's a little bit of a paradox for them, because on the one hand they do have a situation that they like, but also at the same time I feel like they also have some other kind of new beginning that's really important for them. Some of you may be very new in a relationship. This to me seems like, you know, recently have met, new relationship, and at the same time they have some kind of new beginning in a non-romantic sense that they're embarking on in a new direction. Alternately, for some of you, this will mean that there has been intimate relations between you and someone else, and now they are pregnant, and that's the secret. Maybe you're the one who's pregnant and you haven't told anyone yet. So maybe that's the story. Here we have source energy. So in some way it's almost like don't touch me, it's the feeling of don't touch me. So it's like you don't, sometimes when you have something going on, it's almost as if you tell someone, then it's going to shift the quality or the experience of it. So it's almost like this feeling of, I don't want to tell anyone because I don't want to jinx myself, because I don't want to kind of dispel what's going on. So it may not be a personal thing. In fact, I don't feel like it's a personal reason why they're keeping this secret. I feel like what they are actually doing is really trying to move forward on something that's right for them. And I think that they're hoping to integrate the other person into this scenario once they kind of get a firmer grip on what's going on. So you might be hearing something new in the near future, and if you're about to have a child, congratulations. Sorry if I broke the news to you and you didn't know. And I think that the best thing you can do, if you're not on the outset of this secret, then in some way I feel like the best thing you can do is be supportive and not to push for an expression, a physical expression or confirmation, because I think that that will in some way lead to friction, or may lead to some kind of problems with regard to communicating it. Now remember this, I don't know if I explained this well. The burning hero represents a person who's forging forward in a new direction. This is someone who is forging forward in a new direction. How do I say this? This is, so when a person gets into the image of their head of what it's like to be in this situation, of what it's like to be in this position, nothing can change their point of view. So it's like, this is their worldview, this is their mindset. Now they are taking on this new identity of the burning hero, of someone who's like the hero of their story, right? The hero of their narrative, in some ways being conveyed through their experiences. And so therefore you're dealing with someone who's not going to be responsive to rational discourse about certain things. So if you challenge them on what they are doing, most likely you're not going to be able to reason them out of what they're doing. Not that they're doing something bad, but if you do have any questions about it, I don't feel as though this is still their honeymoon period with this new beginning, so they're not going to be so receptive to like critical feedback. And I think you should pretty much leave them alone to it, and you can choose to stick around and be a part of this with them, and let them kind of steer their trip, to steer whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. Or you can choose, if this is not for you, then choose your own path, go a different direction, and start off, with something that is more inclusive of you. But this person at this time will be doing their own thing. Okay? Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Now let's check out number 2. Hi, number 2. Thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. We're going to take a look at tarot first, and then we're going to take a look at the oracle cards. Okay, so if you chose number 2, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So first card is the soulmate card, the 6 of Hearts, the past. A lot of people are dealing with this kind of energy at this time, because even though this is timeless, I'm reading over the next 2 or 3 years, we are all going to have this sense of unearthing karma, past lives, really kind of clearing out things that bind us so that we can move forward and personally progress. The 6 of Hearts, which is Sun in Scorpio, this is also the soulmate card. I feel as though somebody is really working through past issues, or maybe some awareness is coming into their life about their past, including past lives. We have the Star soulmate card. These are the 2 ultimate soulmate cards. So I'm not sure what the secret is yet, but it looks as though definitely it involves a soulmate. This is the Aquarian card. Maybe somebody is already seeing you, especially if you're single. I have a feeling as though somebody's seeing you who's your soulmate, and you don't know them yet. So it's like somebody has identified you, not in a creepy way, just said, oh, this person, that's the one. And they're sort of figuring out how to become, kind of apparent to you, present themselves in some way. Let's see what's next. We have the Sun, the light card. Boom, you guys getting big cards, number 2. Okay, so happiness and joy and material harvest, which is Venus in Virgo. I don't know what's going on. I feel like you're getting the bomb reading that number 3 got on the second channel in my last reading there. I think it was called Love Advice or something. Go check it out. But you're getting number 2's the bomb reading. I feel like maybe there's someone who has huge feelings towards you, and I feel as though they're like fully ready to open up and to offer something that's huge. A lot of offers on the table. I think that this person has a lot of resources themselves, and so for whatever their means is, they're willing to be open, they're willing to be transparent, they're willing to give. I feel as though they feel like they've always been waiting for this opportunity and this time. Then we have the last judgment card, the truth. This is Pluto, which is in Capricorn, what I was saying about past lives. I feel as though somebody's really blown away. And then we have financial and material changes, which is the 5 of Pentacles. So someone has a lot to give. And I feel as though they're making they feel like the world is presenting a lot to them, especially at a time when they feel like they haven't had very much. And I feel as though a person is being given a lot. There is a soulmate present, and I feel like the soulmate is in some way, it's like a godsend moment. There's some kind of amazing offer that is being made, and this person is making a final decision about that offer. Here is the next message. We have, I wasn't going to pull this first, but we have Sacred Wisdom. I guess she wanted to come out. So I feel like there is something beyond reason and rationale is coming through in this scenario. I feel like there is a bright offer on the table for a person, and they're making a huge decision. They're being motivated by financial need. They're being motivated by financial worry or need. Then we have Just for a Moment of Joy. So I feel as though somebody is very mesmerized by another person. And then the Seed of the Heart. So I feel like somebody's falling head over heels for someone else. I feel like someone has very sincere intentions. I feel like they're speaking to spirit, like they're speaking to a higher calling, when they are in the presence of this situation. And then we have the Sacred Union. So it's funny how I intuitively kind of pulled this card first, and this was the last card to come out. This is the card of coming together with another person, sacred love, sacred connection. I feel as though someone is trying to make a decision about someone who they love a lot, someone who they would consider as a twin flame or soulmate. But this is interesting. I feel like someone does have a legacy of someone has a legacy of either physical worry about their physical body, of physical abilities. Maybe they feel like they're not physically fit enough or financially fit enough, and so I feel like they're reaching out for this. Somebody's making a decision towards someone else who's extremely giving, and they have a lot of financial needs. That's something else that I'm picking up on. So in some situations, there is going to be that kind of motivation. So you want to be careful that if you're the person who's in this position and giving towards someone else, there's like a needy hand in this situation. Needy hands aren't necessarily bad. You just want to make sure that if you're not bamboozled by this kind of energy of you're in full of love, just for a moment, joy, inspiration, and then before you know it, you owe someone a ton of money because you've been had, right? So in some instances this is the case, but for many of you this is about really coming together in a time when someone really needed it too. It was almost like in the brink of time, in the 11th hour for someone, a relationship comes together. I think that in terms of a secret is that there is this kind of almost like a mirage, like a vision of someone on the horizon, and I feel like you're making decisions towards to come into union. And I feel like at least one person, I think one person in this situation completely feels like they're involved in a soulmate situation, or a twin flame situation. I feel like maybe I'm not so sure about the other side, though. The other side seems veiled, and that to me is questionable. So just take a note of that before you kind of run into the horizon, arms splayed out. But there is a trust in the universe here. There's this kind of quality of trust and knowing that the universe will provide and the universe will protect. So you are protected and you are meant to move forward. And I think that this is the beginning of something really big in your life. Something that is the seed of something big, the beginning of another journey. And I am getting the message that even if this is a situation in which this immediate situation doesn't reciprocate at the same intensity or level, I do feel like this is the preparatory, third wheel kind of thing, the preparatory energy that allows you to kind of step into and teach you towards the more significant love relationships that are coming up. There's a huge offer here, complete love energy, completely. Somebody is convinced that they're in love. Somebody is convinced that they're in the presence of a soulmate, and they're making a decision in turn to help someone else. So that's the summary of that. Number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to like and comment. Now let's move on to number 3. Hi, number 3. Let's take a look at your video, and what we're going to do first is take a look at your tarot cards and then take a look at your oracle cards. So make sure to comment and like and subscribe and check out the second channel with much more pick a card reading. So then this is the first card. We have the 10 of Angels, and so what we're looking at is the 10 of Swords. Sun in Gemini, surrender. I feel as though a situation has reached an impasse. Somebody's no longer willing to discuss or try to figure things out. The 3 of Hearts, which is called clarification. I feel as though like the point hit home and there's a real understanding about a situation. I feel like there is no more pushing something forward, and I feel like somebody in privacy is feeling very sad about a relationship that now is going to be completely lost. Here is the next message. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So there is a positive change in things. It's not like things are lost and gloomy. This is a relationship that didn't work out, that's been ongoing for a long time, that hasn't been working out. This is a relationship from the past that you're coming to terms with, and there's closure. So somebody is catching that understanding. Somebody's figuring out that this relationship, they're getting that closure, which is necessary for them to move on. So if you're the person who's experiencing this, know that this is for your higher good. If you are dealing with someone who is experiencing this, don't feel guilty, because they need to go through this in order to heal. And so we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter, now moving forward in a new direction. And then we have the Ace of Wands, passion ignited in a new direction. There will be some kind of flash of passion in a new direction. It's already beginning or has begun already. There's a chemistry or kinetic interconnection between yourself and someone else. These cards also have the chakra cards. So we have the solar plexus chakra, which is closely associated with the 5th house of romance and passion, desire. It is the ego, placement of the ego, so our drives, our desires, and the directions we want to go. Then we have the spiritual strength card, which is the 9 of Wands. I feel as though somebody is very protected from disappointments of circumstances that have reached an impasse. There's just no moving past in a situation that they have to let go of. However, there's a definite passion that is ignited in a new direction, and that's really a driving force for them to move forward. It's a huge point of healing. In some way, there's this kind of, there's no logical way to move forward. Something went really wrong. There was almost, there could have been an interjection. It could have been third parties that sort of broke up a situation completely. And so now one or both people are coming to terms with the fact that a situation has completely ended. This is just an intuitive part. I do feel like if the situation involves third parties, such as other people sticking their nose in where it doesn't belong, going back and trying to reconcile it, I think it's going to become very problematic to do so and very awkward to try to do so. I don't think it's going to necessarily work. So it's maybe sometimes those third parties, it feels like if they hadn't been there, then maybe nothing would have happened. However, I do feel like the relationship or the situation was already fractured enough for that to be pushed in that direction, and so it's better just to move forward in a more comprehensive direction, a more comprehensive course of action. And I think that there's a new direction, there's a new desire for something, definitely with the Ace of Wands and with the sacral chakra here and the Wheel of Fortune. The spiritual strength means that it's going to really, this situation, it's transitioned in such a way that this person, whoever is moving on from it, is protected by their new passions and the new things that they're paying attention to. They don't necessarily their life is not missing. They're not missing out on whatever it is that is gone. Okay, so let's take a look at your oracle cards. These are my favorite cards. They're in the description. I have a shop on Amazon, so go check them out if you're interested. Dance of the Planets. I feel as though there could have been almost what I was telling you. That's so interesting. I'm like, oh, there was an interjection, right? Like somebody stuck in their nose where it didn't belong. I feel like maybe it could have been planetary. It may not have been a person, but the timing of things has just been off, which really led to more than maybe a situation that wouldn't have worked out in even a sour way. So there would have been like an element of sour energy in that, or not necessarily sadness, but like a little bit more, a more intense ending than just some neutral kind of parting of ways. Here is the next message. We have Shakti energy. Oh, sexuality and intimate power really, really high here. We have 3 cards that are to do with that. Moving forward towards what's passionate. Maybe you've been holding back on going in a new direction for quite a long time. In fact, this is what I think it's saying. One person has been holding off on going in one direction because they've been holding on to this situation for a long time. So in some way it was kind of like a breakthrough, breakout moment where you kind of went a different direction and freed yourself. And when you went a different direction and freed yourself, and when the situation kind of fell apart, broke apart, you then were able to, one person was really able to passionately move towards the thing that they've been sort of denying themselves all along. Okay, so now because our passions, our desires, my motto in the channel is your desire is your magic. Our passions and desires tell us exactly what we need to do in our life, unless we have some kind of obstruction, or if we're deluding ourselves, that's a different thing. But our clear desire, when we're healthy, when we're balanced, when we are in balance, tells us exactly which way to go. So these are really kind of clear markers that you or someone is going in a very specific direction, and that direction is what's right for them. So they're not mourning, they're now allowed, or then now they can move forward in the directions that they want to go all along. We have the spiritual growth, personal progress. There could be a lot of intimacy between someone. It's almost like you're going through a divorce. This is the divorce, right? And you've not been cheating, nothing like that, and going through the divorce, and you've promised yourself that you would not cheat until the divorce was final. But you did meet someone who you like very much. Divorce becomes final, and now you can move forward with the person that you love. So we have exploration. Go for it. Explore the world. If this is with an intimate connection, I'm so happy for you. But it's beyond that. It's that desire, that passion, that drive of where you are going, and you find a safe space. You find a sacred place of the direction that you're taking. So I hope you guys have a wonderful time. This is a timeless reading, of course. Make sure to like and comment the video. You're beginning a new route. And be passionate, be vibrant, be colorful, and be beautiful, yeah? Okay, so let's take a look at your next number 4s. Hi, number 4s. Thank you for joining me. Last but not least, make sure to like and comment the video. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. All my cards in the shop down below. I have a shop on Amazon where you guys can get all the cards and other goodies. I do keep those updated and add things to there. We have the turnaround, the revolution, which is the hanged man. Being stuck in this situation, we're looking at secrets here. So something has been held back, and I don't think people know exactly why they have been held back in a situation. Let's see what's next. We have the 6 of stars, 6 of wands, and success. This has been a prolonged situation in which there's either a relationship that hasn't been progressing, or or possibly a situation that you felt stuck in that you couldn't move on from. There's been secrets that you didn't know, and you have in some way, without finding out what the secrets are, you have figured out how to get away from it, and that's you kind of leaving the situation behind. The next message is victory of success, and this is the 6 of wands. Again, the same card as this one, so really a successful and triumphant leaving behind situations that are beneath you and below you. We have the triumph, success, which is the Ace of Swords. Communication about success. I think that in some way, this situation that has been keeping you blindfolded has in some way, a situation that has kept you blindfolded has in some way thereby limited your ability to choose. So it's a type of manipulation to not give someone full disclosure about things, because that limits how they live or what they choose to live like, and so it can kind of keep a person very captive from being free to choose what they truly want. But in some way, intuitively, you had picked up on the fact that you were in this toxic situation, and it started showing up more and more in your life that something was just not adding up, something was not right for you, and one person really kind of breaks away and gets away from the situation without actually realizing what the whole situation is, or without confirmation of what the situation is. So you may pick up little pieces, bits of pieces, something's not adding up. It's that kind of paranoid feeling, even though you're not paranoid. And so you know something's not adding up. In the back of your head, you're just like, no, this is not right. And you know it. You're being lied to. You're being manipulated by a past situation. And so I feel like one person is breaking their way out of that. I think it's probably you. And there's going to be some kind of communication to kind of say, okay, no more of this nonsense. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to stick around to find out, because I know enough to know better. And then there's the rejoice in celebration. I think there's people who are this almost looks like you have been in a narcissistic relationship where you've been gaslit, where you have had the wool pulled over your eyes, and this is like your family and friends that are just waiting for you to kind of break away, and they want to welcome you. They want you to come out of this situation. Do you see that? They want you to come out of this situation, and they're ready to tell you all their opinions, because maybe they felt uncomfortable, or maybe they were worried what you would say, you know, if what you would say if you in some way they didn't know what to say while you were involved in this situation. So now you're going to hear a lot of secondhand information, such as, well, you know, we didn't like the way we caught him looking at someone, or we caught her looking at someone, or, you know, we didn't really think this was for you, but we didn't really want to say. You're going to start hearing the feedback from the people who love you, and they're going to be supportive of you. Authority, the Emperor. This can also be a second relationship that now is opening up to you. Maybe this is definitely someone you know already that is opening up to you now as you leave a bad situation. This may not be a bad relationship. In fact, for some of you, this is a bad situation that you were sort of blindsided by, and maybe it's at work, maybe it's at school, maybe it's in your home, whatever kind of situation. And then there is the power and authority, a good direction. It's reaching out to you. It wants you to be a part of their life, right? Okay, so let's take a look at our oracle cards. I love these oracle cards. So we have the contemplation. You did this on your own. Whoever is in this situation, you did this on your own. I don't know what the secret is. Whoever is lying is a very good liar. It's very disguised in terms of like my ability to like intuit what it is. You can sense that there's layers and layers of lying by omission, lying by misdirection, gaslighting. All of those things have been going on. And so you've spent some time in, solitary. This could be by yourself, thinking and trying to figure your identity through. Maybe you got some kind of a break from the situation or individual to really kind of gain perspective. Take a step back, take a week away to reassess everything that you have been hearing. Sensual awakening. So in some way, when you it's like stepping into life, like boom, there's life, here you go, welcome, we've been waiting for you. There's this rejoice and celebration, and there's a sense of moving towards authority, right? Like this is the truth. This is maybe not your father, maybe this isn't your husband, maybe this is you and your business practices and you going in a certain direction that's right for you. Maybe this is you choosing, a different person in your office to align with, a new business direction that's the one that was always waiting for you, but you were kind of wasting your time coiled up in something that was toxic. Okay, so we have medicine. Yeah, so you received some kind of medicine. I do feel like there was a bit of there wasn't like a physical intervention where your friends stood around and intervened. I think that people were kind of holding back. I think people were holding back because I think that they didn't want to intervene. Maybe they didn't know how bad it was, or possibly they were just nervous in some way. So I don't feel like it was people who intervened. I feel like there was a divine intervention. I feel like the universe or angels or stars came in and said, woo, woo, here's some help to help you understand. Because I think that you were trying to, connect the dots in the reality, like put it all together. But when you're being gaslit, when you're being misguided, when somebody's not telling you the truth, and when you trust someone, it's very, very hard to sometimes see the truth. So sometimes there's some kind of divine protection that comes in to help heal the situation. And then we have the enchantment. So this could have been an enchantment issue. This could have been an issue where someone actually cast a spell on you. But I feel like maybe you're moving forward in a new direction. Maybe this was like a protection spell that was given onto you to get you out of something. This feels like a negative vortex. So we always hear about Abraham Hicks and how there's like positive vortex, but there's definitely negative vortexes, and there's definitely people messing around with negative vortexes for others, and we can get caught up just like in a drain, water draining down a drain. We can get caught energetically in something like that, and you have to swim really hard, or you have to fight really hard to get out of it. So I feel like maybe this is you coming into yourself, you feeling like a budding flower. You've not felt like this for a very long time, and so now you're reconnecting with people from the past, you're moving forward, and you even forgot how much it's possible for you to be this successful, for you to find this kind of success in your life, this type of relationship. When we're limiting ourselves in our life, we forget the positives of what it feels like to live fully and authentically. And so living at 60%, you forget what living at 100% feels like. So it's a very wonderful process when you step out of the veil of something that is holding you back and fully step into your self-actualized life, the life that is at 100%. So you're going to go through a bit of a awakening here, and I think that there's going to be a bit of a welcome home party going on where you're being welcomed into, you know, normal life again, because you had been held back in something. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to check out the Pick a Card channel on the second channel. It's a link down below. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.